This is where the fun begins.
Damn it, I meant to get some fucking...
Yes, Texas is a rival. I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
How much time do you have? Not much.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen.
Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome into an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm your host, Razorback Zach, from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen. And my boy MC's not with us tonight, but from the great beyond, otherwise known as Baghdad, Afghanistan, or whatever country he's coming from, is Dylan D-Mad.
Easy. I don't want any bombs dropped on me.
Oh, you're fine. I'm trying to figure out, because apparently we are not currently live on Facebook, but it says we are live. And I don't know how to fix that.
I could not tell you.
I don't know. But the show must go on.
The show shall go on, as it always does.
At least we're live on Twitter. We know that much.
And
but
YouTube?
anyway, I don't know about YouTube. Let me check. But anyway, hope everybody had a great week. This is what happens when MC leaves and I'm the one in control of the board, because apparently I don't know what the mess we're doing here. But got a lot to cover. D-Mad, and yes, we are live on YouTube. But Facebook is being stupid. So, that being said, let's see. No. All right, so I'll take the YouTube link and post it to the page. All right, so anyway, now that we got that out of the way, got a big show ahead of us. So I'm gonna pitch this to D-Man. First off, dude, how's your week been, man? While I get this all figured out.
It's been better. It's just driving at night. That's all it is every day for me right now. If I don't sound just over the moon excited, it's because I just woke up.
Big man just woke up, eh?
Yeah, it's been the story of my life for the past 4 months now.
I feel
Speaking of, my baby girl is officially 5 months old.
Heck yeah.
And let me tell you about her. I don't know what happened to her, but I left Monday night, and I returned Wednesday morning. And when I got home, I swear to God, this girl grew. I swear. And not only that, instead of doing her little whimpering, now she's actually has a voice, and it's her voice is actually being used, And she's instead of just
getting that voice on her, huh? She's discovering her own voice.
She has discovered the voice. We are officially in trouble.
How's that been for you?
It's been really, really nothing for me because I'm gone 36 hours at a time.
Right.
But I'm sure my beautiful bride is loving it.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. It's possible, but
hey, let's go ahead and jump into.
Yeah, I want to ask you. We've got Florida coming up, and we're going to talk about Florida here in just a second. I'm still trying to get the show put out here. This game against A&M, going into it, I heard a lot of chatter about how good A&M is and what Arkansas's got to do to shut A&M down. Blah 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 freaking blah. It looked like we dominated the whole game. However, once again, Darius Acove, that first half worried me just a little bit.
It can happen. Cal actually gave him a lot more minutes on the bench. Not saying that he was bad. It was just he was getting rested. He hasn't rested all season pretty much. And you could tell he was a little bit tired, and Billy was being able to carry the load there in the first half. Billy had, I think it was 19 points, 17 points going into halftime, and got back from halftime, and Billy scored 5 or 6 points. And then Darius decided to wake up, and Ewan decided to wake up too and started whenever they started doing the press. Ewan became our press breaker. They kept on dumping it down to him for the easy dunks. The reason why this game stayed close is their dude Zach Clements. He had 29 points. He was the only thing that was giving Arkansas problems. And I will say this: he played with 4 fouls for about 9 minutes, and I hate to be that guy.
Go ahead, be that guy. Go ahead, be that guy.
Well, half of his fouls, half of the fouls they called on him, were not fouls. Like, there was a couple of, really? We're going to call an elbow to the gut and him going up is a foul on us? That doesn't make any sense. But
yeah, that one.
You could tell, whenever he was in the game, they started closing the gap. And then they would take him out for an offense-defense thing. You don't want to get on defense and give up his fifth foul on defense whenever he's carrying the load offensively. And so whenever he got subbed out, we would go on a massive 10-0 run real quick, and they would have to sub him back in. And when they subbed him back in, they would just mark down the run just a little bit, just cut the run down just a little bit here and there. That was the only guy that was giving us issues. They weren't shooting well from the 3-point line. Let me pull this up. I think they shot 30-something, 32%. And the guy, what is his name? Clements. He was 3 for 6, so he had half of their 3-point makes. So without him, they would have went 5 for 19 from 3-point land, which is not a good percentage.
That's really
not. And we only made 4 3-pointers in the game. This team is starting to understand, hey, if we're not making the 3-point shot, we don't have to force it.
No.
We can just there was a game earlier this year we were doing a Hogcast for. We shot literally 80% from 2-point range, and we were shooting 10% from 3-point range, and they gave up the 3-point. I think it was the Oklahoma game. We gave up the 3-point shot and just started focusing on getting to the line and getting to the hole. And that's going to be the thing that carries our team is if we can give up the 3-point shot and get to the hole sometimes. We also shot 88% from the free throw line, so we missed 4 free throws. You win a lot. You win a lot of games not missing 4. Or you win a lot of games missing 4 free throws.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, once A-Cup, and here's the thing: once A-Cup found his shot, it was over. Yeah, it was game over by that point. Yeah. What else do you say about this dude?
He's.
I'm gonna say.
I'll tell you this.
All right.
I've been very hesitant myself to say he's the best Arkansas basketball player we've ever seen. I've been hesitant because I didn't grow up with Todd Day. I didn't grow up with Corliss. I didn't grow up with Joe Klein. I didn't grow up with Sid Moncrief.
You did Bobby Portis.
I grew up
Hill and
I grew up Marshawn Powell and all the John Pelfrey teams. That's when I really started to be able to remember stuff.
Ooh, and dark side of Razorback basketball.
I also remember Stan Heath, but that's for a different reason.
Hey, whoa!
Shout out Skittles.
There it is.
Shout out Skittles. But no. So I've been really hesitant to put him in the atmosphere of greatest Razorback basketball player of all time. I was talking to my dad this weekend, and we were talking about A-Cuff, and he goes, "Man, I don't know what to tell you, but he's getting up there with Todd Day in my books. He might be the greatest Razorback." I was like, "I'm so glad you said that, because my dad is not one of those people that's gonna flow with the times. He's very methodical on how he thinks, and the fact that he said that it's gotten to the point where I told him, I was like, I'm really respecting the olds before I put that label on A-Cuff, because he's been incredible, man. There's no two ways about it. And Calipari after the game went full Houston nut. Y'all better put him in the Heisman after the end of the game. I don't know if you saw that. He's like, oh God. Calipari said that after the end of the game, he's like, I don't know why he's not being considered for National Player of the Year. And I mean, he's got a good point. I mean, Acuff, he had a bad game. He was like 1 for 7 in the later part of the second half, and then he just turned it on and went 7 for 19 for the game.
Yeah. Hey, your audio is kind of going haywire for a second. I mean, at the same time, though, and I have to agree, how do you not put him in that conversation for Player of the Year? How? Because one game. I mean, who else? Who else are you going to give the National Player of the Year to? Who? I'll wait. It's just not for me. It just does not. It doesn't compute up here. It really doesn't. I mean, he's on pace to be the first player on record to lead the league in both scoring and assists in SEC games only. You know, that likely Pete Maravich probably accomplished it in 69 and 70 because he led the SEC overall with 45 points and 7 assists, but they didn't start keeping records till 90-91. Okay. So anything before 1990 in the SEC, quite honestly, doesn't really matter for the record books. Again, that's me. That's my opinion because they didn't start keeping the record until 90-91. Ironically, when Arkansas joined the SEC. But I mean, he's to be up there with Pete Maravich. Yeah, I know. He's not Arkansas. He's LSU, one of our hated rivals. I get that, but still, to be up there with Pete Maravich, that's gotta be something big to brag about. But if you ever listen to Darius Acuff in the post game press conferences, he doesn't take credit for it. We don't have audio. But like I said, D-Mad's getting the gremlins out of his headset there. He never takes credit for his statistics and stuff. You know, it's always, like the other night, for example, when we got that tail beat, I forget who we played. But he comes in to the post-game press conference. I got you now. I got you, D.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, you're good. He comes in the post-game press conference and he goes, scoring. It was the night we played Alabama. That's what it was. Whew, God, my brain hurts. He comes in the post-game press conference at Alabama and he goes, yeah, scoring 49 is great. And I love all the accolades and all the respect that I'm getting. But it's a team effort and it would have been nicer if we'd have won the game. Now, keep in mind, you're playing a good Alabama team on the road at their place, okay? Come on. It's going to happen. Alabama's up there with anything Texas in my book. Nate Oates and Mark Pope are two of the most punchable people in the SEC.
He's definitely making it hard not to like him.
I mean, never mind. I can't say that live on air. Anyway, but all this talk about Acuff and all this talk about, how he's the great, and he is. I will say it because MC's not here. I'll say it. Acuff is very quickly the best player to ever play at Arkansas in basketball.
It's getting hard to defend if he's not.
I mean, who else are you going to put up there? I know the old man isn't here, but who else are you going to put up there?
I mean, I was talking to my dad about Sid Moncrief, Todd Day. Even Joe Klein he's a great.
I mean, you could put U.S. Reed up there.
Yeah, I mean, they all play different styles. I would say the closest one to how Darius plays is probably Todd Day.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're seeing a team. We're playing the same minutes per game that they were playing back in Todd Day's day. Like they haven't changed the time in the games. They still play 40 minutes. They don't play 48 like they've changed in other sports. You know, they're still playing the same amount of time, and has he passed him in points per game this year?
You know, I haven't looked at the stats for that yet.
Let me see if I can pull up Hog stats real quick. I know I've got Hog stats ready
He does lead
for
the league,
game.
and Acuff leads the SEC for the season in scoring, and
Yeah.
he's about a quarter of a point ahead of Mississippi State's Josh Hubbard.
I'll tell you this. Here's a crazy stat. You remember when Steph Curry came through Davidson and everybody was just like fawning over him?
Yeah.
Well, just imagine, another player scoring 49.9% from field goal range and 43% from 3-point range.
That is
and 80% from free throw.
But yet he's not.
That sounds like a Steph Curry stat, doesn't it?
It does. And this is the other thing. Why is he not being considered as the top draft pick right now?
There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying the top, but at least an A top pick, a lottery pick at that.
I mean, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people right now that are really good. I'll just put it that way. Todd Day averaged 18.9 points a game for his career, and his senior season averaged 22 points a game.
Okay,
now,
so
let me go back to Acuff.
Hold on,
I think Acuff is at 22.2. Yeah, so he's averaging the same amount of points per game that Todd Day did his senior year. Just as a 1-to-1 comparison.
Okay, so what about this? What if Malik Thomas compared to Moses Moody?
In
a sense,
Malik, So the thing with Moody was he was the option.
Right.
You had what was his name? His nickname was Unk. He was basically the ball handler of the team that year, and he got the team. I forgot his name. That's gonna haunt me. But
what year did he play? That was what
it was Muss's second year, I want to say. But not Malik. Moses Moody was the scorer. Like he was the guy that was the stir that stirs the drink, or the straw that stirs the drink. And the thing is, like, there's so much talent on these teams that Cal brings in that, yeah, you're gonna be 2020-21. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I got it.
Jalen Tate.
Yeah, Jalen Tate.
So,
how do we forget him?
Man, he was such an underrated player too. He just did a lot for us. He's one of those grinders,
Right.
Jalen Tate averaged 11 a game, and then Moses Moody averaged 16 a game. So like there was a whole lot of diversity on that team, and right now, like with Malik Thomas, we all thought Malik was going to be the number one option until Darius came in and just went absolutely insane. And it's gotten to the point where Darius has outplayed Malik, and Malik was the higher ranked player, which is crazy because we haven't even talked about Jordan Smith, who just committed a couple weeks ago, who's the number 7 player on the ESPN 100.
Yeah, that's going to be.
We have another class coming in too. Like, guys, we've got a coach, guys. Like,
we do.
There's not going to be a single game this year we are outcoached.
A year ago, when Calipari got hired, I say that it was 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah.
I still think it's like 2023, 2024. So,
Mm-hmm.
we were all like, really, Calipari? Holy cow. How did we? This is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And we're proving, and yeah, okay. Kentucky came in and kicked our ass. Big whoop. Okay.
I mean, Auburn kicked our ass too. So
Georgia whooped our ass. But here's the thing. This is what Calipari does. This is why we wanted Calipari. Okay. To be in the tournament, to have these players. Mark Pope ain't getting them. The kid out at Georgia's not getting them. Florida, we'll get to Florida in a minute because I can't wait to see Acuff versus Boogie Flan. Because Boogie, you think Boogie's gonna? Here's my question. I mean, you can answer this later, D. You think Boogie's gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder?
probably. I'll tell you this. I'll give you a little snippet of what I think about Boogie right now.
Mm-hmm.
He scored 20 points against Texas on 70% shooting.
Did Florida won that game, didn't they, or did Texas beat them?
Yeah, they were down late in the game and stormed back to win. They didn't win the game like UConn beat St. John's. Speaking of, did we break St. John's?
I
They
think we
missed
did.
24 straight field goals to end the game. 24 field goals.
What happened?
I don't know. I guess Calipari broke Rick Pitino.
I'm not upset about that at all. Not even in the slightest.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of wanting Pitino to come to Arkansas.
Why?
Until we got I mean, because he's a good coach, and everybody gets down years. Like even Calipari gets down years, and we would have given Muss a little bit of credit if he didn't throw a fucking temper tantrum like Napoleon Bonaparte. Speaking of, did you know that?
Did you wait? We're not just gonna slide past that comment like you didn't just make it.
What are you talking about?
The short Napoleon. Really? I can't believe you just comparing Napoleon Bonaparte. I almost said Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I heard that.
No, you didn't. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear a thing.
So that guy Aggie, he played for yeah. That's actually kind of funny. He plays for the Aggies. His name's Aggie.
I really don't know what his name is.
It's Agee. Agee. I don't know. But did you know that he played for Musselman the year before?
Out at USC?
Yep. He was about 9 points per game.
Whoopee.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
I'll say this: he's a good player. I think he's going to be an underrated player. Like I think he has NBA potential. The problem with him is he's 6'7", but that's because he has no neck. If he had a neck, he'd probably be closer to 6'10",
Right.
and probably getting a little bit more looks as a NBA player. Like I don't know if you saw him; he's just sitting there like this, going down the court.
No neck, man.
I was like, man, that would be something for like a Moneyball team to take a risk on real quick. I was like, I don't hate the guy. He seemed to play pretty well, but it's just like he's just short.
So I saw a stat that I wanted to throw at you, and I wanted to see if you could tell me. So there are two coaches, that are ahead of John Calipari in most wins all time.
I was about to say, is it active or all time? So
most
all time.
D1 20 win seasons. Excuse me. Most D1 20 win seasons. There's 4 coaches. Well, 5, but 4th is tied. Can you name the other 4? John Calipari obviously is on that list at 31. Can you name the other 4?
Tom Izzo.
No.
Wow. Coach K.
Mike Krzyzewski, yes, at 37. He's in spot number 2.
Roy Williams.
No. I'll give you a hint. You just mentioned his name next to John Calipari of wanting to come here before John.
Pitino.
Patino's at 30, and he's tied with somebody too at 30. You probably won't get that one.
Is Rupp on there?
Nope. You want me to give you the other two?
No, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. I can't think.
Dean Smith is tied with Rick Pitino in fourth at 30.
I was thinking who was the other Carolina coach.
Then you've got Calipari at 31, Krzyzewski at 37, and this one kind of surprised me to a point. Number one, Jim Boeheim.
Wow.
That one kind of surprised me. He's at 38.
You know, it is kind of weird watching Syracuse not play 2-3 zone anymore.
It's just weird not talking about Syracuse being what Syracuse used to be.
You know, Carmelo Anthony's son plays there, right?
No, I did not. I don't keep up with NBA anymore.
Carmelo Anthony's not in the NBA anymore.
No, he's been gone for a while.
Yeah. But
scrolling
Keon Anthony I think he's a sixth man at Syracuse.
That sounds about right. Let me see.
You want to go ahead and talk about Florida?
Yeah, let's talk about
juggernaut we're going to go against.
Yeah, I'm. This game worries me for a couple of reasons. Because you threw a stat out at me in pre-show that I just didn't like, but I knew we weren't good down at Florida. But
we have struggled we have struggled against Florida dating back to our entire history. We are 15-28 all time against Florida, and we are 3-15 at Florida. The last time we won at Florida, let me see if I can find it. The last time we won was in 2022. We were ranked 18. Florida was not ranked. Let's go to that game.
2022. That was.
It was a must year.
Was it a must? Yeah, it was a must year.
Stanley Amude, JD Note.
Yeah, that's the one.
And all that team. A team that barely made it to the Sweet 16. For the Elite Eight.
That was a rough year. We struggled. There was a lot of times in that year I was like, struggle, win. Because it was a struggle.
Yeah. We beat Gonzaga that year.
That's it. That was the number one team.
We fell apart against Duke. And honestly, I think if Muss learns to take a timeout or three in that game to stop Duke's momentum, we probably have a better shot at winning. That's the thing about Muss's teams. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. Before we jump into Florida, let's take a quick break real quick. We're at the bottom of the hour. And come back and we'll talk Florida basketball here on Inside the Hawg Pen. Stay with us.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on this Thursday night. I'm still looking over all these stats and everything. Razorback Zach hanging out with you alongside D-Mad from the Great Beyond. And Marcus MC Carlton has the night off. He is out doing other duties on assignment. And
he has the night off, but he's doing his other job.
yeah, he didn't like us tonight. He's he picked his other job over us, which I mean I don't blame him. He's in his element there too. So I can't blame him too much. But
March rolls around, that other job better take a back seat.
Yeah, that's what I'm screaming. We're live on YouTube and Twitter. It's supposed to be live on Facebook, but it does not show that doesn't show that we're live at all. I don't know if you guys are trying to watch us on Facebook, but I did post the YouTube link. So thank you to everybody joining us. I don't know what's going on with Facebook tonight, but this is what happens when MC leaves me in charge of the boards and Dylan's not in his hog pen to do it for me.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens, man. I'm telling you. But anyway, we got Florida Saturday night, and I'm just D-Man. This game scares me for a lot of reasons.
Can I help your fear just a little bit?
Please do something, because I don't want to go into Florida and get our ass kicked.
What's our biggest problem on the year right now? What's the teams that have given us the most problems? What has been their key principle? 3-point shooting.
3-point shooting, yeah.
So we struggled with Wofford, right? We struggled with Alabama,
right?
We struggled with Auburn
and Georgia.
Well, Georgia's not a 3-point team normally. But Florida, they are built like a old school team. They are inside out team. Their team is not a big 3-point shooting team. Their season average is 30% right now as a team.
Right.
The guy that shoots the most 3-pointers for them, you're going to hear his name a lot, is Xavier Lee. He is making he has taken 162 3-pointers on the year and made 45 of them. That is the most 3-pointers on their team, and that comes out to 27.8%. So they're not a big 3-point shooting team. They're more. This is where the challenge is going to be, because we're very thin in this area, and I'm going to say it. I think we're going to need Joffic. I know I've been talking about Joffic lately, but I think we're going to have him come in this week and play a little bit.
Isn't it, which kid is that?
I think he's the Estonian, or I think he's Estonian. Basically, he's the guy that came in and he's been on the bench, and he played against Alabama in the final minutes.
Oh yeah, because we ran out of players.
I thought he gave us some pretty solid minutes against Alabama.
He did.
But if we get into foul trouble with Pringle and Ewan and TB,
yeah,
that we're in trouble. They have got to be able to play without fouling, and they do a really good job in playing with Boogie's. Yes, Elmir Joffic. But they do a good job of playing to Boogie's strengths, and they don't play through Boogie. But Boogie is a mid-range scorer. He's not going to be the guy that's going to stretch the defense. And Boogie's been shooting at. Just had it. He's shooting 42% on the year and 21% from the 3-point line. And he's taken the 4th most 3-pointers on their team.
Transplant Texas is trying to help you out. Are you talking about Elmer?
Elmir Joffic. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you say his name, is Joffic. And it's a weird.
I'm not. Y'all know me. I'm not about to try to pronounce that.
It was kind of like what was it? What was Big Z? What was his last name?
I don't remember now.
Yeah, I don't either. Funny how stuff just falls out of memory that quick.
Yeah, right.
Falls out of relevance. Let's talk about it. But No, like in comparison, let me pull up Arkansas stats on the year for 3-point shooting. Give me just a second here. La la la. But as comparison, like Arkansas is one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the conference. We're shooting 37.5%. And obviously the person that's taken the most 3-pointers
Yeah.
is our 2 freshmen. And it's separated by 1. So here's how good our 2 freshmen are at 3-point shooting. Malik and Darius are both shooting around 40%. Malik is 40.8 and Darius is 43. And they've separated themselves by 1 3-point attempt on the year. And Acuff has made four more than Malik and attempted 1 more. I gotta disagree. I think
I was
he
gonna
was
say,
he was given good minutes. Again, he was at the last part of the game. You're coming in when everybody's already in a rhythm. I thought he gave us a couple good minutes at the end of the Alabama game. Is he the most developed skill wise? No, I won't say he is. But neither was Billy last year. Oh,
we got to
I
talk
texted
about
him.
Billy
He'll see
before.
this.
Yeah, we got to talk about Billy
I
before we get to baseball.
But I also went and had an argument with somebody about Trent Brazil shooting 3-pointers. Somebody was like, he's 6'10", he needs to be inside. It's like, dude, we don't live in the early '90s anymore, where if you're 6'10", you bet have your back to the basket.
Yeah, it's different kind of ball game now.
TB is our 3rd most 3-point shooter at 93. Okay, hold on. So our 2 most 3-point shooters have shot 300 3-pointers, and the next one has shot 93. So they've shot, both of them, about 60 more 3-pointers than TB has. And TB is 34.4% from 3-point line this year. He's, I think that's good for our 3rd best 3-point shooter on the team. I'm not counting Malik Ewan, and I guess you count Carter Knox. He's been a contributor, but Carter Knox isn't playing right now. But let's transfer over to Billy real quick.
Yeah, he's come on pretty strong as of late, and I like it though. I like it.
Here's the thing. Billy's game has always been mid-range, and he couldn't really find his place very well last year.
Right.
And we all kind of saw it. He was like the better, more well-rounded version of Devo Davis. Let's be honest here. He's 6'7", and he's just an energizer bunny on defense. And
Did you just compare him to Devo?
he was. I mean, he's doing the same things that Devo was doing. He was
Yeah.
Devo was an Energizer Bunny. He was just an offensive guy right now. Like every now and then, when you needed him, he could probably get a basket. But let me tell you about Devo, or not Devo, about Billy. Billy is starting to look a whole lot like. Do you remember? Do you know? God, transplant Texans gonna love this hot take.
Oh
Uh,
god, I'm scared.
do you, do you know who Anthony Edwards is?
The name sounds familiar.
He's the guy that's he he looks like the next big name in the NBA. He played
Didn't he
at
play?
Georgia, and
I was gonna say
what?
I probably got that wrong because it sounded like Anthony Edwards came out of Kentucky, but you're right. He came out of Georgia.
Yeah, he was the number one overall pick out of Georgia. Like I want to say it was probably close to 6 or 7 years ago. But the way that Billy is playing right now is really reminiscent of how Anthony Edwards plays. Like if you get to the cup, he's dunking it. He's trying to dunk everything.
Oh yeah.
And he was good in the mid range. He wasn't just a spot up 3-point shooter. He started to man, I'm just not making Texan happy
See,
today.
I
But
I have to agree with him. But finish your thought, and we'll get to his comment.
I just think that the comparison from Billy to Anthony Edwards is starting to kind of take shape for me. He's an energy guy. He's not just a pure scorer. And now Anthony Edwards has become a pure scorer in the NBA. But he wasn't just this prolific guy in college. Like, yeah, he
Right.
was number 1 overall pick, so he was damn good. But he's also had to develop into that, like Billy right now. And ever since Carter went out, like Billy has taken a big step forward, and he's become a big leader on the team, and so is Acuff. Go ahead.
So Texan, he's saying he disagrees with the Billy versus Devo comparison. Devo brought issues during the season, left the team, and really only showed out during the postseason. Billy has positive energy every game, and
Hey,
he's right though. Look at all the
he's
drama.
100% right on
He
that.
is. He
He's
is. You don't hear any of that drama with Billy, but I mean, and I gotta side with Texan on
Cal
this.
also won't put up for that.
True.
That's the difference, because if Devo was playing for Cal, yeah, he ain't putting up with that shit.
He would have been benched
Um,
already, I think.
I think,
That's just my opinion.
God, I hate how much I hated on Cal. Like,
I think we all
he's
feel that
proven
way.
he's such a good coach, and like he's not just a X's and O's guy. He's not just a recruiter. Like, he's literally like doing the definition of being a coach, is what making a person into a man and making them into a better man than they thought they could be.
Well,
And
he's also one of those coaches though, D, that it how they are on the court, and like you said, you know, transforms them off the court.
mhm.
I'd like to see I'd like to be a fly on the wall on a regular day in campus. And there he goes. All right, so DMAT's gone. The great Beyond kicked his internet off, but we are going to try and there he is.
Back.
Okay. So, like I was saying, it's one of those where how Cal gets these guys ready on the court kind of transfers when they're off the court. I'd love to be a fly on the wall just on a regular day of class just to kind of see how these guys are off the court away from Cal. Because
Yes.
Cal's usually all business, but he also has what gives off that persona that he cares about his guys. Transplant said, "D-Mad, no shade, just honest discussion." And he said he wanted to ask you something. He said, "D-Mad, if Cal would have benched Devo, it only bolsters the fact that there is no comparison between the two players."
Okay. I think what's being lost in translation right now is I'm not comparing the between the ears stuff. I'm comparing the physical part of their game, like just taking how they play and putting them together. Not how bad of a leader Devo was, or how much of a diva Devo was in comparison to Billy. I'm just talking about strictly how, like, the way the two players played. That's what makes them similar. I'm not saying like
So
that.
you're not looking at like attitude, personality, that kind of thing. You're looking
Yeah,
at style of play on the court.
style of play. They look the same on the style of play.
Uh, does that satisfy you, Texan? Which, by the way, if you guys want in, I know we're just on YouTube because Facebook's doing something weird, or I hit a button and I don't know what happened. But leave a question or a comment. We'll get to we'll get to it. It's kind of an open forum. But to kind of wrap up this Florida matchup and the rest of the season, because I know we got a little bit of baseball to talk about because it is officially baseball season in Arkansas, and they're off to a hot start.
Greatest time of the year.
I know you're happy. This is the kind of time of year where MC and DMAD kind of transition with each other, and MC kind of starts taking another role, and this one over here gets to lead the team the rest of the way. God help us all. May God have mercy on our souls. All I'm going to say. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is, like I said, we're trying something a little different, and each of us are kind of taking a secondary role and kind of switching out, running the post here. Pooh Bear, the Prophet. I like the name. TB is going to be the X factor. If he can stop Condon, we have the front court to cook Booger Flynn. He calls him Booger Flynn. I like that. And Xavier Lee. That is great.
I can sort of agree with that. My only trust issue I have right now
Right?
is that dude Zach Clements.
Oh, yeah.
He plays a very similar game to the bigs at Florida. Devo went 7 from 10 from 3 in that 2022 game against Florida. Hey, good pull, man.
Good pull, Pooh Bear. I don't know about calling somebody Pooh Bear. That just kind of sounds weird. We're just going to go with the Prophet. How about that? That was my fun fact, and I know we're getting off in the weeds here. But D-Med, did you know that when I originally started in podcasting and all that, my original name was Zach the Prophet?
Yeah, that one didn't last long.
It really didn't, and it really didn't stick. But Randy Rainwater gave me that nickname, which he also gave me the nickname Razorback Zach. But there was one scene. I think I was a junior in high school, and for like a month straight, I picked the winner of the football game that the Arkansas game that month straight. I think it was 04 because Nutt was still coach. I think. And so he started giving me Zach the Prophet, and so. But I'll be honest with you, I like Razorback Zach better.
I'm gonna hit a hey yo on the Pooh Bear is sticky.
I am not touching that one with a 10-meter cattle prod.
yo.
No. Hell no, I am not. I'm not messing with that one. I'm leaving that one alone. Oh. Can I put it up? Can I put it up?
Sure.
My lady's in the house.
Excuse me.
So, okay, I gotta ask though, did you see what was that? Was that Tuesday when we got schlopped?
Okay, we're gonna transition to baseball.
Look, you know I was gonna bring it up. All right.
Listen, so I've seen on Twitter people are freaking the hell out because like 6 of the top 10 teams lost a midweek game.
That dude, that's wild.
I almost said one. I almost dropped one. There's nothing to those. We're not playing starters. Those are all.
Yeah, but I mean, half the damn team was out sick with the flu or food poisoning or something.
Also.
Hi, honey.
Also, we don't pitch any of our big guys then either.
Thank you, there.
And does it not come to think that these Arkansas State guys, they don't like the University of Arkansas? Little brother had to come in and make a point that he's just as good as us or whatever, you know.
Right.
And they had to show on our development guys that I believe that was the worst non-conference loss in Baum Stadium. I'm not stressing. We lost to Illinois State as the season opener one year. I'm not freaking out. I remember that year. This. And that was a sign of things to come. I'm not going to lie to you. That was not good. But those guys came in hyped up for a weekend series, and our guys came in like, all right, guys, let's roll the ball out there, see who wins. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, yeah, they hit the cover off the ball, but we pitched Peyton Lee, Tate McGuire, Ethan McElvain, Cooper Dossett, which Cooper Dossett gave up 3 runs in 1 inning. That's not good as a guy that's supposed to be.
And there he goes again. Let me get to some of these comments. Pooh Bear says, "I'll be really glad when D-Med gets. I'll be glad when you get your internet figured out down there."
Man, me too. And we threw.
There he goes again. I believe that was the worst non-conference loss at Baum under DVH. I'm not stressing. Need about 25 games of data to actually make a real opinion. And look, guys, here's the thing.
Everybody always freaks out about the first time we lose a midweek game.
Right. I'll be right back. I'm having a little technical.
So with the midweek game, I got to wait for Zach. We can kind of just go over, our weekend series against Xavier. I think we kind of struggled against Xavier, honestly. Our pitching was not where it's supposed to be. I think we're having trouble with Gackle, guys. We're going to have trouble with him this year. It just seems like every time there's a ball that's hit hard, it's catching too much of the plate. And huh, just noticed something on the website. But yeah, the big hits. Thanks, Hunter, for those dedicated funds for a second video board instead of securing money for baseball roster. Yeah, yeah, it definitely seems like they could have put some money into different areas. Um, I just, but let's get back to this. Is like, our bats haven't woken up this year like they should be, and it's gonna be something that needs to happen. It needs to turn around real quick. Um, we have Damian Ruiz who's gonna be able to get on base, and if we can get on base, that's awesome. But we also need people that are gonna be able to, I don't know, hit him in. So it's one of those things. It's not just getting on base. We have to have people that in the put them into the get RBIs. And right now our RBIs are coming from Cam Kojal and Micah New. That's basically where all and Kuhio Eloy. Like we have got to be able to hit with runners in scoring position because our on base percentage for our top 5 hitters is over 400, and then after that it just drops off. We've got a handful of players that have played every game, and they need to start developing more into the players that we know they can be. Because right now we have Cam Kozel and Ryder Helfrich that are just leading this team, and Cahillo's hitting well right now too. It's just we have got to be able to diversify. The Hogs are known for feast or famine at the plate, the long ball or bust. Despite early success last season, they still struggled to manufacture scoring without the home runs. Very true. And like it or hate it, but that's been the problem of Nate Thompson his entire career at Arkansas, except for the first couple of years, which could be argued were those his teams. But hey, what do I know? But our team is there's good guys there. I mean, Micah New is supposed to be the next coming of Jesus. Apparently, he's in the conversation for Player of the Year, and I don't even think he's the best player on our team, much less. I think Ryder Helfrich's the best player on our team right now, but he's doing well, but he's also under 300 at the plate right now after 9 games, and we've played six games, 5 games against not quality opponent. So I mean, we've got to be able to take these lower level teams to task, and I think Zach Stewart might make a play for the starting job too. I think he's kind of giving them a run for their money. He's hitting 417 right now, and you say, okay, he's doing that against Tarleton State. Like, yeah, but that's how you get on the roster. You take it when you can get it. And if we can't get oh geez, Reese Robinette to I mean Reese is hitting 355, so if I think he's a first baseman. Am I wrong? Let me see. I might be wrong. Reese or he might be a first baseman, but I think let me see here. This is great stuff here. Zach Stewart, he's an outfielder. So he could I mean, I'm pretty sure we have an empty spot in the right field area right now because they're trying to figure out if that's going to be Cahillo's position and who's playing left field. Is it Pompey? Oh yeah, I like Pompey. I think he's had a lot of good quality at
I
bats.
find
He
my
just
hat.
hasn't gotten the outcomes that we need from those at bats. He's been hitting the ball. It's just been at people or like getting kind of crappy strikeouts. He's got to turn it on too, but I think we really might need to start looking at it, Zach Stewart and putting him into play a little bit more. I mean, he's got 5 hits on the year. That's more than Carson Brumbaugh, and they say that the ceiling for Carson Brumbaugh is a lot higher than people think. And I mean, guys,
Okay.
I said it last year, and that's when what was her name that got on me about saying stuff about Ryder Helfrich last year? it was Carolyn Williams. So I started kind of complaining about Ryder Helfrich last year, and then he turned around and became one of the best players on our team. And so I'm going to go ahead and start complaining about Carson Brumbaugh. Maybe he'll turn around and start hitting the cover off the ball too. Men's basketball is a bigger draw for me than baseball right now. Have not vested in the new roster pitching staff as of yet. Seeing early season game scores not drawing me in. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Like I'm still in the basketball mood myself. Um, as soon as we get, let's see, I had the schedule pulled up here. Let me see if I can find it. Once we get to about Stetson weekend, then the next weekend is Mississippi State. That's the first weekend of March is when we play Stetson. Mystery players sign on Saturday, March 7th. First 1,000 fans. So apparently they're gonna have a player come in signing stuff for fans against Stetson. But you're right. We have a basketball team that's carrying the attention right now, and love to see it. I gotta wait for Zach to get back before I do this. I have a little special thing I want to do, and the key word right there is special because I am special. But I mean, we gotta have some more some more production from that bottom half of our lineup. Do you text and let me know? Do you want us to go back to basketball and talking about basketball? Because we sure can. I'll let you guide this ship. Um, but we're playing UT Arlington this weekend in baseball. Should be another sweep. I mean, we shouldn't lose to any of these teams. I mean, we'll drop one here or there like we did to Arkansas State. I mean, they're playing their Super Bowl. We're gonna lose one every now and then, guys. But let's look at the schedule remaining for the basketball team. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Where is this? La 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 la. 2025. Hey man, we go with the flow. If y'all want to talk about basketball, we go with basketball, man. We're not gonna sit here and say, well, we structured this show to do this, this, and this. No, man, y'all are the guys that stir the Kool-Aid for us. We'll do whatever y'all want. So our last three games are Florida, Texas, and Missouri. Um, we've already kind of broke down Florida. Texas, I mean, they're a solid team right now. I don't think they're just great. Let me see if I can pull up their record real quick. I am kind of just floating between a couple different things because Zach just kind of just went somewhere and I don't know where he went. Um, let's see. I've never had to type that into my search bar before. Don't like that. Um, you know what's funny? Chuck Tatum. He's one of our buddies. He started talking about uh, Rodney Terry last year when we were playing him. Started calling him Harry Potter for his little glasses. And there's one game this year that we were watching, and I was sitting there like, who the hell is this guy announcing? Who the hell is Rodney Terry? And I started looking at it. I was like, oh shit, that's the coach that was from Texas. And so I immediately texted Chuck and was like, I didn't know Harry Potter was calling games anymore. But let's see here. Trying to find statistics for Texas. They're currently 17 and 11, ninth in the SEC. They both got, or Texas A&M and Texas both got new coaches this year. And I'll say this, I'm pretty sure Texas hired their coach before A&M did. I think A&M came out ahead on that one. I really do. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, I forgot Tremont Mark is on his 17th year of eligibility right now. Let's see. Yeah, Tremont Mark played in 2020 and 2021. So yeah, he played 7 games in 2021 because I think that was when COVID came in. Um, so they have guys. I'm not seeing anything with Texas that I recognize. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't heard any of these names. None of these names are really impressing me. Let's see here. I think the guy that stirs the Kool-Aid over there at Texas right now is probably Tremont Mark. I mean, they have a center who's shooting 60%. He's a 7-footer from Lithuania, probably 30 years old. I thought his last season was last year. Texas, they've played a couple of good teams this year outside of the conference. I mean, they played Duke 75-60. I mean that's not bad. Like losing to Duke by 15 as a team that's not very good is, I mean, that's not bad. They lost to UConn by 8. I mean, they're not terrible, so they can definitely keep it close. I mean, they beat Alabama by 4 points earlier this year at Alabama and beat Vanderbilt. I mean, they're not a bad team. Put 20 on Georgia. They're just a team like that. That's the thing about the SEC right now. The SEC is a damn good conference in basketball. It's kind of underrated in my opinion, but what do I know? So let's transfer over to the MIZs, or not the MICKEYs, but the MIZs. Hold on, bear with me for. I'm gonna try if I can find where Zach went. Hello. I'm not sure if y'all can